Hello, and welcome back to the.universary. Today's hearing is very straightforward and rather short, which is perfect for our weekend, I think. We have a landlord suing a previous tenant for some damages left in a residence after the tenant moved out. Now, the tenant lived there for 7 years, and so when it comes to his turn to speak, he very rationally explains that 7 years is absolutely going to cause some wear and tear on a building. Now, what do you think about the judge's decision at the end? Let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoy.
So the first case that I have for trial is Boyal versus Witt. Let's see, I have Mr. Boyal here and Mr. Witt. Okay, and that is case 37215. All right, what I'm doing here is I'm just opening up my court file. All right, there we go. And so this is Mr. Boyle's claim for $795 for some repairs in a landlord-tenant situation. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'll let you know how we're going to do this, how this works. So the first thing I'll do is I'll swear the parties in, and then I'll hear first from the plaintiff, and that in this case, that's Mr. Boyal. Mr. Boyal, you'll tell me your side of it. You can also refer me to any exhibits that you've previously filed in this case in support of your claim. And then after you've had a chance to present your claim to me fully, then it'll be Mr. Witt's turn. Mr. Witt, I'll hear from you. And again, you can tell me your side of the case, your defense to Mr. Boyle's claim. And if you want to point out any exhibits, I think you didn't file any, so you may want to refer to some of Mr. Boyle's exhibits. That's fine too. And then once I've heard from both of you fully, then I will make a decision as to how the case is going to be decided, and I'll explain to you why I did that. During the time that the other party is presenting their side of the case, I'm going to ask you to just listen and don't interrupt them. I expect, and you should too, that since you are not in agreement, that the other party might say things that you don't agree with, but you just keep in mind that you either are going to tell me your side of it in a couple of minutes, or you've already just got done telling me your side of it. So you get your chance to tell your version as well. I may interrupt you and ask questions if I need to, just in order to make sure I understand your claim or your defense. And I may do that also just to kind of keep things on track, to focus in on the issues and the facts that are going to help me decide the case. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to ask you both, please raise your right hand. And do each of you swear that the testimony that you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, very good. All right then, Mr. Boyal, why don't you go ahead and tell me your side of it?
Yes, Your Honor. So we have this place remodel a year before Mr. Ricky moved in. They lived there about 7 years. And so they were good tenants, have no problem. When they moved out, end of November last year, 2023. So inside the house was kind of pretty, kind of dirty, the carpet, the walls, and there's some repair need to be get done. So we did that. I have those receipts. I have a move out sheet, has a breakdown, everything what we did.
Okay. And that's in your, I just want to refer to that as the exhibit number or description. Yeah, I'm looking at it here, and it's called the rental contract in the file.
That's the contract, Your Honor, and also have a security deposit refund and moving
Mhm.
out sheet, which has a breakdown,
Okay.
all the cost, like carpet cleaning, house cleaning, repair.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah,
so
so what I'm referring to here, and you tell me if I'm looking at the right thing, is page 2 of the exhibit called rental contract that's
okay,
dated December 7th of 2023.
yes, sir.
Okay, and that looks like there's a series of items that you've charged for, and then you offset $1,500 of a security deposit, and that's how you came up with $795.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll make sure that we're all looking at the same thing. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Boyle.
Um, so like I said, we have a breakdown and we also have a pictures. I have a posted pictures. The picture might be some of them the same double pictures because the first time I sent it to the clerk, I couldn't show up on the website, then have to resend it again. So then finally the both show up. Um, so the pictures, it shows the carpet need to be stretched out. The whole house carpet was um, pulled up. Um, the reason were the heavy furniture was moved, kind of pulled on the carpet, so that it pulled all the carpet with it. Then um, obviously the carpet cleaning, the repairs, then they also have some big glue tapes, many places hanging, I guess is light with it. So those glue tapes did not came out, has to be come out, the sheetrock has to be take them off to get the glue tapes out. And there's some nail holes, some scratches, some dings on the walls need to be all repairs and and fix. The uh, so they change. There's a 7 walls inside the house. They change the different colors. Did not get permission from us. That's what we have in the contract. If you do any alterations, which is on the contract page 2. Uh,
Mhm.
So has to be get permission, but they haven't got any permission change different colors on the walls. So we have to repaint those walls back to the house color. And uh, carpet stretch. Then there's a garage door remote was missing. So we charge for that $75. Also, there was a crack on the kitchen counters when they move out the furniture. I guess some it hits on the corner and got a crack in the tiles, need to be repaired. So these all things on the sheets, and then we also have a receipt, all the repairs done, and also have a pictures.
Okay. All right. So I've seen those things, those documents that you filed.
Yes, sir.
All right. And it looks like the rental contract that was signed originally in 2016 also had a inspection sheet for the entire place. Okay. Okay, I think I understand. So he started renting from you, it looks like in December of 2016, and then his move out was in November of 2023.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I want to make sure I understand that part too. All right. Mr. Boyle, anything else?
Um, the other thing is, sir, uh, the repairs inside the house, and so we charge $575 and $800 to repaint those walls. So I have I showed 2 different contractor which they were asking for $3,000 just for those 2 things. So I charge them only 14 because I'm also contractor, so I just done myself, kind of give him some credit from there. So just try to be fair with them, everything I could. So that's I think that's the last thing I have. So
Okay, then in that case, Mr. Witt, let me hear your side of it.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of walk down this list, if I may. So we've already established that I lived there for 7 years. Okay. Now the carpet cleaning, I'm in agreement with. I've rented property before, and most times you can't count on the tenant to clean the carpet. You have to have a professional come in and clean. The deep house cleaning for $275. I'm really in disagreement with, because we clean the refrigerator, we clean the restrooms, we vacuum the carpet when we left. Okay, that's that. Nail holes, scrapes, dings, and dents. Uh, After a period of time, to me, that's normal wear and tear. You've got to expect that tenants are going to actually live in the house, and they're not going to be afraid to hang pictures on the walls and things of that nature. Now, as we move down to the painting 7 different wall colors, I admit that I painted 3 walls inside that house, and they were accent walls in the upstairs bedroom. The other walls that he's speaking of are downstairs walls that were painted that color when I moved in. And I didn't submit any pictures or anything, because my pictures would be of late. But you can look on the internet, and those walls were already painted those colors. So I agree that I painted 3 walls in that house and not 7. And the carpet stretching, I think, is a little overboard, because I lived there for 7 years, and he's saying that I pull furniture across the carpet. Why would I do that? Why would I drag furniture across the carpet? Other than that, I mean, I just think his fees are excessive.
All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Witt. Okay. Well, you two have a very straightforward case, and I don't think it's particularly difficult to come to a decision on it. Um, Okay, so I mean, clearly, this situation is, typical landlord tenant situation. You have a proper rental contract with a clear start date, clear set of responsibilities, a clear end date. It looks to me like Mr. Boyal gave the withholdings, or claim the damages within the allowable period of time. I appreciate that everybody did that. It looks like there's plenty of photo documentation for the overall condition of the rental. There was a move-in checklist, which is good. That's a good step, because it establishes the condition of the property at the beginning. So I think, and I don't think Mr. Witt has any quarrel with any of that. I think it's really a issue of Mr. Witt claiming that some of the things that are claimed as damages really properly belong in the category of ordinary rare wear and tear. And that's always kind of a little bit of a judgment call when it comes to determining, what's normal wear and tear versus what's damage, and this was a rental period that stretched over the course of 7 years. And I think that, it's obviously fair to say that in 7 years, there's going to be 7 years of ordinary wear and tear, and the law expects that kind of thing. But on the other hand, I also think that Mr. Boyle's being quite reasonable here in what the costs of some of the repair work were. Believe me, I mean, I've seen much higher figures than this from different landlords. Here's the way I'm going to resolve this. Clearly, some of this is damage and things that, you know, need to be fixed, in other words, in order to, you know, for Mr. Boyle to be able to turn around and rent his property again. But some of that is just the cost of doing business because somebody lived in the property for 7 years and stuff's going to happen. So given the facts that have been proved here, I largely find that Mr. Boyle has proven his case and the size of his claim. The only exception I believe is proper here is the issue of the carpet stretching. I think Mr. Witt is quite correct there that that's the kind of thing that, you know, that happens when a carpet is in a house and it's walked on, it comes loose over time because it shifts around with weight on it. And, you know, you're going to have to get carpet stretched sometimes. I think anybody who lives in a house with carpet knows. So as far as all the claims, I think everything's been proven satisfactorily by a preponderance of the evidence except for that. So I'm going to find in favor of Mr. Boyle here. I'm going to award the following. It's going to be damages of $520. And I'm also going to allow the $50 filing fee. And then Mr. Boyle, did you also have to pay somebody to serve the claim on Mr. Witt?
Yes, Your Honor. That was $60, and also I have the include receipt in there.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so in favor of Mr. Boyle, plaintiff, $520 plus $50 filing fee plus his $60 service fee.
So I have a question, Your Honor.
Okay, you can ask me a question, but keep in mind I've made my decision and I've explained it.
Okay.
So that's a total with costs of $630 even. Okay, and I'm entering the judgment here as I just explained in the amount that I explained. And the court clerk will file that and it'll be available to both of you later today. All right, thank you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.